I've got to keep like the reset's about to happen for one thing. For another, it's clan tournament day. So I will like cuz I'm trying to coach and all sorts of stuff. One of my teammates actually managed to get rosin, which is crazy. It's part of why, well, at least that's why Solmithus had 100k. I was like, where did he get the 100k from? And then I saw that he fused, I heard that he fused rosin. I was like, okay, that makes more sense now. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. See, although this account has very similar champs, the gear makes the difference. And this is not even the full extent of what I've been doing today on this game. Yes, you did not mishear that. Because I have literally been playing all day trying to win. There is so much that has to be done to win a clan tournament. So much. He died again. See, the thing that's dangerous about this is, yeah, if that doesn't get applied, we're gonna wipe. Because as you can see, this guy hurts. He doesn't hurt just like a little bit. He hurts a lot. As you can plainly see. Perfect. I have to keep that decreased attack on him at all costs. Because without that decreased attack, you're going to heaven. Or going to hell, more like. You're going to hell. You're going to hell if you don't get that decreased attack. The Griffin will send you to hell. Literally send you to hell. Like that's the best way I can describe it. The Griffin will send you to hell. That you have to get that on him. As you can see, the second that debuff goes off, you're donezo. Pretty much. You have to get that on him. Decreased attack maintenance is 100% necessary. Get the burn on him. Oh, that's so bad. You have to get... As I was saying, you have to get this on him or you're dead. You're dead meat. Okay, at least we're more durable, so... As I was saying... Yeah, you're dead meat. I said it and I meant it. So what other bosses can we do quick? Let's stock up on this one. I mean, we can do this technique, or we can go the ninja route. Let's see what we can do with ninja with this setup. We'll do 2 of this. We'll do some of the other one, the other version. I mean, I do the final Eternal Dragon for Forged Materials, but that takes a while, as you might expect. You gotta get the decreased defense on there. You have to aim for that decreased attack. There's no other way around it. It may seem harmless what he's doing, but it's not. You have to keep that decreased attack up. Go for that. Hail burn him again. Gotta keep that decreased attack up. It's the only way we do this. Because otherwise he hits way hell. Like, that would have killed him. That would have killed Ninja straight out of the revive. You do not want... Because you can't outpace him unless you... to 20 Skybond stacks on this difficulty without crazy gear. That's the harsh reality of it. You can't outpace him. You can make it a faster run, fast enough that I can probably manage it without waiting around too long. But you won't survive without that decreased attack. You see the value of it now? All those doubters? You see the value of it now? You see it? I think this is the most valuable boss to farm, honestly. If there's a valuable boss to farm in this whole bloody tower, this is it. If there is one set of gear that I want to farm for my new champs. Like, if there's one set I want to farm above all else, it's this version. Not the Eternal Dragon set. It's the Griffin set. That's why I'm hell bent on it, because I know the value of this gear, and I'm not gonna get it unless I go for fighting this specific dragon for forge materials. If I have to fight one more, then fine, but this dragon is like a stupidly good source of forge materials. That's the problem. See, the second that drops off, you have to immediately come back at him and try to get decreased attack on him. Immediately. As if you don't, he escalates his damage faster than Ninja does. He escalates his damage faster than you can kill him on this difficulty. So that's something worth noting. So don't think you can outrun this guy. Don't try to outrun him. Get some decreased attack in, because you won't outrun his Skybond stacks. He will survive long enough, unless you have true endgame gear, he will survive long enough to get those Skybond stacks up to 20. Ninja can speed up the process, but he can't he will do it. Like, this version is not like, oh, I may need a decreased attack buff. There's a no, you do. Like, the other ones, yeah, you can burn it down and you won't need decreased attack, but this version, no, it's not happening. It's like, the second that goes away, I am thinking of making a team with Caden versus this boss. I really am. To have as much decreased attack as I possibly can. Why? Because I'm thinking that having a big decreased attack team would be lit versus this boss. Because that would mean that it would be very safe. Because the boss couldn't hit as hard the entire time. He'd be permanently impaired with the decreased attack, which is what you need. As you can see, you need this decreased attack to even beat the boss. Pretty much at this level. But Caden would help, because he has that. He also has a revive. So arguably, a Caden team would be better at fighting this boss than a Syl team, because Caden would have the decreased attack on all the mobs. And would also have a decreased attack on the boss. So then Caden would go for a decreased attack, and then then Coffin Smasher would go for a decreased attack, and then he would go for a decreased attack, and then See, and that's what happens when it fails. So I'll just go for this too on something quick. Something quick, because we don't actually have much time. All right, you know what? I'll just do this one. This one and Magma Dragon. Let's go for that. And then I've got to go grind food. Again. But before I do that, I'm going to show good old Jareg's journey to being one of the defense greats. Because he has very specific role to fill that not many other champions can fill. He's a lizard man. He's got increased defense. He's got a decreased attack. He's got a heal that cannot be disabled, which is not very common. It's very good for, like, a continuous heal that cannot be disabled is very good versus certain bosses. So, like, Magma Dragon, Eternal Dragon, stuff like that. That's what Jareg is good for. Now, there's a reason I did that. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to do it. I mean, I screwed up in a way, because now I remember why you don't want to attack the spiderlings, because this thing heals off of it. So now I remember why you don't want to do that. Now I remember. Now I remember. We might be screwed here, but we'll see, because I actually did screw up. But we'll see what I can do. We will see what I can do. We got two powerful Force Affinity Spider Gods, so I think even with this, I still think we can make it. Because in the end, the flames will consume all. The problem is, yeah, this is one Magma Dragon team. I could do it a different way. We can put Coffin Smasher in, but I'm going to tell you how we're going to do it. So what I'm going to do is, there's a specific way I can do this. You're like, what is the use of Coffin Smasher in this fight? Well, I have a specific purpose. And I'm glad you mentioned it. So what I do is I pretend that Coffin Smasher's A2 doesn't exist. I'll get to that in a minute. So the reason that we do that is I think Coffin Smasher is still useful here. I just have to, basically, if you're fighting him on manual, you'll want to not use his A2. If you're fighting on auto, you're going to want a team setup. You're going to want to make sure that Coffin Smasher does not use his A2, because fire is useless versus this boss. You only want the Coffin Smasher for the decrease attack. That's it. Full stop. That is the use of that champion in this fight. Because burning him is useless. And just to prove the point, well, I'm not going to prove the point. You already know. Provoking him, though, is highly essential. Yeah, decreases attack. But yeah, the Coffin Smasher is here for one reason and one reason only. To keep the decreased attack on him. That is the purpose. Because there is no way his A2 is useful versus his boss. It just isn't. That's what he's here for. That debuff. Make sure that he can't smack. See? Keep him controlled the entire time. Provoke him if you can. And we got him. We're going to have to rapid fire this because I really don't have a lot of time. So, we're going to do faction wars. We're going to start with here. We're going to move quickly through this place. Now, trying to think. I mean, I could upgrade Doomscreech, but Doomscreech isn't the top of my priority list. Other champs are. Caden's pretty good, though, because he really helps my faction war team. For Dark Elves, and also helps in a wide variety of content because of his decreased attack. AoE. You never can underestimate how big decreased attack is and revive. Just never underestimate it. Because it allows you to survive stuff you normally would never be able to do. But yeah, we have to hurry. You're like, what do you mean hurry? Well, the reset's about to come. And the other account is not going to be able to do this quest quick. So I'm not going to bother doing it quick like that, you know? Because it's undead also, and its Bannerlords is rather pathetic. So, yeah. I mean, I guess I could do some Bannerlords, but I don't know if I'll be able to do that in time, so this is going to be the account I focus on. I have to start blasting through here. Dark Elhain, as usual, is the main damage dealer here. I use her Death's Majesty to blast through waves. I will be helping Doomscreech sometime in the future. Probably for Really? Really? That's so fun. This boss is such a piece of dung. That move. Reconstruct. Get out of here. Then get out of it. Next. I might try to go to the higher tier here. Just to try to get it faster. I will eventually probably 6-star Frozen. Banshee. And I probably will need to later. For specific purposes. Just try to do these 3. Faction Wars and Doom Tower Madness is what this is, honestly. But in the end, I need to do it because I hate how many unkillable buffs there are. There's a reason I'm literally provoking them, because I'm trying to get their unkillable buff off. Trying to do it or cancel it early. So I can get the quest done. 3 glyphs. Glyph it. I'll fix that later. Fight and tag. It's a team of a single affinity. Single affinity, single affinity. Go. Come on, do it. Perfect. This is what I usually end up doing anyway. I throw it on auto. I just hit that and I throw it on auto. That's my usual account maintenance. Rosin goes in. He goes in. He gives him the smack. But that's just a taste. I do it a lot more than that. Might as well use up these tokens now. Just get it over with. Because I'm going to need to get this anyway done. There's a reason I farm this stuff. Is because there's so many places it can be used. These tokens are so useful, you know? To save up the tokens for a lot of purposes. And it gets more and more useful the better you can farm this stuff. The better you can farm it, the more useful this becomes. That's the truth of the matter. The better. Wow, he takes a lot of turns. Like, dang. Just trying to rip through this. We get a bunch of points doing this too, which helps augment my score. As my score on my accounts is not the most impressive. I do hate how the enemy team has woken up and actually made this a challenge all of a sudden. I do hate that, but it is what it is. Probably should have done this earlier and paid more attention to the quest, but I need the points anyway. So it's just as well. It's just as well. Just gotta grind through it. Valley of Death and throw necrotic bolts at her. I probably should 6-star my... Trying to think who I want. Do I want a 6-star Vrask or Haikatoon? That's the real question on the other account. Because unfortunately, I do need Vrask for a very specific task. The question is, do I need decrease attack more than I need Vrask? That's the real problem, you know? Because then that means I have to upgrade someone else. I'm doing this on purpose. I picked that other one on purpose because I want to get that over with so that I don't have those tokens smoldering in my inventory. So next one up, 3 artifacts from multi-battles. Man, we gotta do the spider. I'm gonna go for a more damage-oriented build here. No, it seems a bit nutty. But yeah. Bit more damage-oriented. I swear to you, if I could spam that off cooldown, I would. The reason I'm going for a damage-oriented build here is I want to get this over with quicker. In case I could do any other quests on the other account. To try to hatch more. Because I have to try to keep this account, keep the enemy team on lockdown. Which, when I go get something to eat, I'm just going to throw Ice Golem on auto. That's what my plan is. And then show some at night. But that's literally going to be my plan. Because at the moment, that's all I've got as an option. So we're just going to do that. I'll show some of it later, but that's my problem. Because I didn't really pull any legendaries. I pulled valuable champs, but I didn't pull legendaries. So that's going to be the plan. Well, actually, I'm going to go test if I can pull a legendary. I don't know if I can. If I could, it would be a great relief. Mainly because we're actually not far off from the enemy team, which I'm not happy about. We're not far off. The thing is, though, is I wanted the Fat Man more than I wanted a lot of other legendaries. That's the irony. Frocken, Gorgorab, and Caden, I wanted them more than a lot of other legendaries. Maybe not more than Mashald, which I still don't have. Mashald I really want, but they're very close to Mashald levels of I want it. You know? But yeah, I set this up specifically, this specific setup, so that the spider does not live long. That's why I set it up like this. I set it up like this specifically to do the spider quicker. Because the last thing I need is this spider run to mess up my my quests by doing that. Gotta keep those burns on it. That should do him. That should be the end for him. Boom. Boom. Now, I've cleaned up 2 sets out of the 3. So that should be nice. I don't think I'm going to clear this quest out, but I wasn't expecting to. I hope you get that. Because my faction team on here is bad. So we'll start with gold, which this account scarcely belongs in. But hey. And we'll do some clan boss. Yes, clan boss. With a full 60s team. Yes, this account is beginning to look okay. It's not great. It's not even on second account level, but it's improving. It's improving. Now, the reason that I rushed over here is because, unfortunately, it takes a while to duel the clan boss. And because it takes a while to duel the clan boss, my time with other quests is minimal. Specifically also because my factions on this team are very low to non-existent in a lot of factions. And that is a very annoying fact about this account. Is that this account, being as new as it is, only has a limited amount to do with factions. Very limited. Like, you'll have like one champ for this faction or one champ with that faction. It's really bare bones in a lot of areas. Like, it's got some set of champs, but they're all... It hasn't become a generalist account yet. And that generally is what the problem is. And of the champs that are on here, a lot of them are not 60. This clan boss team would deceive you. But this guy on the far left is the dead giveaway. Because he is an uncommon, kinda. And the fact that he's still on here and not like a cult brawler or frozen banshee or whatever is the dead giveaway for the age of this account. Also, another dead giveaway, even more of so, is that there is no War Master procs. Because he's not necessarily a sign that the account is old or young, but the lack of War Master procs, that straight up tells you. That straight up tells you that the account is either neglected or not very old. In this case, not very old. In this case, at least. But yeah, it's not a baby, but it's definitely not, it's still a child. It's not a baby anymore though. Because as you can see, it has a set of 60s. That's not baby material. That's like early mid-game, like child. The other account is... The second account is like a grown, like a teenager. And the first account is like an adult, like a proper adult. An adult, almost like a late, like a adult in his 30s maybe, or something. Like, it's not young anymore, or something like that. Like closing around that point. And then of course endgame is like 40, 50-year-old, maybe older. Like, some accounts people have are like old men. Like the ones that they got from 2019 are like old men accounts. They've got everything in them. They're at the end game. Actual end game. Yes. So accounts are in different stages of life. This one's like early mid, like early game is when you first start an account where it has almost no 60s, nothing on it. I did that for this account not too long ago. I could do it again, but I don't feel in the mood right now to do that. I just don't. Especially because then that's more accounts. Like I'd have to not put it in the clan. I just have to leave it out of the clan. Leave it out of a clan. Let it just sit somewhere. And come back to it occasionally. Because I could not juggle 4 at once. That's too much. It's way too much. Juggling 3 is already a nightmare. As you might imagine. 5 mil, not bad. Okay, just use 3 glyphs. I do not have much time. I have to do it for gems. Let's... There we go. Because I don't see how we do the rest of this in 7 minutes. I don't. Epic or legendary artifact at the forge. I just want to keep rolling this until I get there. Is that... It's just a rarity. It's not... Okay, fight and tag arena with the team of 4 affinities. Any other easier quests to do than that? Let's try to do faction wars, but this is probably the best bet. Just have her smack stuff on auto, or just have her smack stuff. Like, this is literally what faction wars is on this account. Literally. This is why I don't do much faction wars on here. Because the, in quotes, faction wars on this account is often 160 literally soloing a team. Because I've focused on 60s so much that if there's a faction, it's usually comprised of 1. There is an exception to this. Dark Elves is the exception. Dark Elves, Sacred Order, and... mostly just Dark Elves and Sacred Order. Literally. Can't think of a faction that this account has a lot of. Guess I could just... I'm just gonna go with the 2 key ones. Because the main thing is I can't solo the boss. But what I can do is try to get tag tokens. That's the best thing I can do here. as I don't see how I can just do it all at once. That's the best I can do here. That's what I can do. Now the reason I'm going for this strat is because I'm praying for more tag tokens. Because I am gunning on this account for Drexthar, and that involves lots of tag arena. As usual. Now the reason that I'm late for this is because I have been busy farming other stuff. Been farming food non-stop all day, and that's part of it. I've been farming food because I'm trying to keep a pace with... This is probably the better option. Get 200 a go. As I need 200 a go. Just to get the points. At this point, I have to be brutally honest with you. I'm just going to go for the points. Because I know I can't get the other thing done in time without burning precious tokens at the wrong time. Because I don't see me burning 10 of these in the span of 3 minutes. And besides, I need the points faster. And this seems to get the points faster. Or not. I don't want him getting that buff up. If he gets the buff up, we're good as screwed. Because I don't want Paragon to do that buff. Because if it does the buff, it takes forever to defeat them. Oh, it takes forever. Yet this is the stage with the points. That's the reality of it. Because he's a Paragon, and Paragon is stupid. Like, I own a Paragon on another account, and I'll tell you, he's dumb enough to clear Nightmare Campaign. It's lucky that this Paragon is low level, or we'd really be annoying. This would really be annoying. You know? We're probably not even going to make it. But it was worth a shot. Yeah, we're not going to make it. We got bad RNG. We're not going to make it. Ripping pepperonis. We're not going to make it with that. And that team looks way too OP. What on earth is going on? That's what I thought. Rosin Fusion. I probably got a dupe of her. Ordinator. I've got a dupe of him somehow. And another Abyssal. All dupes. All dupes. Wow. All bloody dupes. That's just fabulous. Should I 6-star her for Arena or 6-star this guy for Doom Tower? Since I haven't done this guy for Doom Tower, I might as well go for it. Boom. I might as well go for it. 6-star Vrask. Let's get it. There we go. IDK. I didn't kick. He left. I knew something was off because he usually always appears in chat. And is conspicuous. Come on. Oh, a new champ. Okay. Alright, I'll take a Channeler. Is a new champ on here? Corpulent Cadaver. I'll take it. New champ. New champ on here. I'll take it. More dupes. Yay. I'll take it. Yeah, and it doesn't seem he did Syndrome either. He just straight up left. He didn't do the I'm AFK for a week or more thing. Act. Yep.